Good evening, everyone. I do have on here at the top. Basically, we're just gonna have the radar up for a little while here while we wait for these storms to kind of start maturing a little bit. Right now, they're kind of on the cool side of the cold front that's coming through. So once the low level jet and this gets on to the warmer side of the cold front, these things will really start ramping up, and it's actually kind of already started in northern Missouri into northeast Kansas. But we're just gonna sit here and kind of watch these. Basically, we're all kind of under the same boat here. We're gonna have a line of storms that come through that is gonna pack some severe winds. I just realized I don't have the camera on. Some severe winds overnight tonight. Basically, kind of looking the further west or further east you are, the later it's going to be. So Cass County area, probably looking at 10-ish, give or take a little bit. I mean, we're still a few hours away, so that's where we're just going to have the radar going for a while. If there's any severe warnings, basically from about Ottawa, Garnett area to the east, we'll hop back on and be live talking with you guys and answering any questions. We do have the chat up, so if you do have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. We'll get to you guys. But I don't know about you, but I don't think I could sit here until this thing's done, because we could be on here 4, 5, 6 hours until this is out of the area. So, but we at least wanted to give people an opportunity to be able to watch the radar and kind of watch this thing come towards your area wherever you're located. I can zoom in if anybody needs to, just to see. I won't be sitting here the whole time, but I've got multiple ways to watch this and kind of go from there. But there are some severe thunderstorm warnings out there in Kansas, basically Topeka up towards St. Joe, and that's going to be for winds and hail right now. Basically, a wind threat. Once these really start maturing into a solid line, the hail threat and the tornado threat kind of diminishes. And especially when we start losing the daytime heating, it's basically going to be some severe winds, looking close to 75, 80 mile per hour, maybe a little bit higher in some spots. So, but we'll just have the radar up. We won't have the camera on. We won't have audio on. If you guys have any questions, put it in chat. You can also send us a message on Facebook, and one of us will get to it. We may not be quick at response until we get something a little bit closer here. But this isn't anything to necessarily be too not really concerned about, but scared of. So it's been windy the last few days. Just a little stronger winds basically is what this appears that it's going to turn into for this area. The bigger tornado threat is going to be down in southern to southeast Kansas and in the Oklahoma area. So, but anyway, we'll just keep this. Got some chat stuff going on. I don't know who that is, but that is not my language. So I don't know who Jay is, but you can put that in English, man. I don't know any other language. So I'll go and stay live. We're right here with you for next few minutes here. But I'm also gotta get dinner going and get something to eat. Get some coffee going, because this could be a pretty long night for everyone. So, but like I said, I wouldn't worry too much about it. If there is a tornado in this line as it moves east, most of the time it's a little spin up. You probably, with the way the winds have been lately, you may not even notice much of a difference to it. But that doesn't mean don't take shelter or anything if there is a tornado warning for your area. But the threat is rather low. You can kind of see on here by Osage City, and this is where that low level jet and the storms are starting to mature. Over here is a severe alert statement that was just issued, or just popped, or I just noticed it actually, for wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And it's kind of going from the north to the south here. This is kind of, things are kind of starting to ramp up a little bit here, but still, we're all basically in a windbag event. Puerto Rico. That's about all I can read in that. From our YouTube side. on our Facebook side. So, righty. We also probably can continue posting stuff on our page too, pictures and things like that as this goes. It won't just be the live part. I'm assuming you can. I don't know if you've ever been live and started posting pictures. I don't remember doing that. So as you can tell, we are stationary tonight. We're not mobile in a vehicle. It is ready to go. I'd have to end the stream and restart it and stuff. So if things do get to where we can go out and kind of take a look at things, I can get in the vehicle and go. It's going to be dark, so I'd rather not. But we do have our cameras out in Dayton. They are working. They've been working for a while for a while now. Let's hope that stays that way tonight. So, but never know with the kind of winds that we could be getting tonight. What could happen? So, if you are in here, if you would put something in the chat to make sure it's working. All I'm getting or all I'm seeing is YouTube side of chat. I'm not seeing anything from our Facebook side. I'm assuming it's working, but I'm guessing just nobody's posted yet. So you don't have to. I'm just kind of curious if it's working or not. Stay on here for another about 4 minutes, and then it'll be Caitlin. Thank you for posting. Arlene. Okay, awesome. The Facebook site is working. That's what we needed to know there. You can tell the background's a little different. We've done some work here at the Weather Center. If you want to call it the Weather Center, it's basically just an office where I play video games and get on the computer. But we did do some work, so it's a little different here. All right, everybody's starting to chat in now. Good deal. Makes it a little bit more interesting when I feel like you have some communication going here. But so definitely do appreciate it. From Sedalia. Hello, Elizabeth. I think you may get your rain tonight, Elizabeth. Arlene, there was a tornado warning up by Atchison. It was just radar confirmed. I haven't actually seen any kind of video or anything like that said it was a confirmed tornado. That's the only tornado warning for our area that we've had tonight. So, Mike, it's going to be about the same as everyone else. The biggest threat's going to be some strong to severe winds. It could start howling out there pretty good later on. So, and that's going to be for this whole line that you're looking at, all the way from basically Iowa down into Oklahoma. It's going to be about the same threat. The further you get to Oklahoma, the closer you get to Oklahoma, I think is a better way to say that, is the better chance for a tornado and a significant tornado. So, not saying we don't have any risk in this area, west central Missouri into eastern Kansas up north, but this is starting to really get into a QLCS, and that kind of diminishes any kind of significant tornado threat. But can't say it's not there. Just typically those are little spin ups that don't do a ton of damage and they don't last very long most of the time. But anything out in front of this main line right here is the ones that we would worry about the most for any kind of significant tornado threat or hail threat. These will have their own updrafts and be able to loft the moisture up in the air and be able to start making ice and turn into hailstones. So right here, like by McLuth, I think that's how you say that, and a little bit down here by Perry, those will have their own individual updrafts. The rest of it's going to have one significant big updraft coming into it. So. Caitlin, it will look spooky. I'm looking at the cameras right now. It's starting to get dark out there, so we can't really see a lot on our cameras that face out there. And I think I have one of them up twice. I do. I have to fix that. But if this is during the day, it would definitely look spooky on there. looking at other messages here. Well, Arlene, we'll take a look at that real quick. I don't believe it's producing any kind of significant hail, but I have not looked at that for actually been about an hour now. We will just take a look here. Not really. There may be some very small stuff in there. We'll try to get down here. So kind of looking at this. This is what's up in this area. Not a whole lot of colors to worry about is what I'm going to say. But when we get down here towards Oklahoma, you can see the difference here. This is going to be a significant updraft right in this area. Sorry, I'm also looking at messages to make sure here. But this is going to have some significant hail on it. So 1.25 inches down here, and that's all radar indicated. That's not. I'm going to say that's radar indicated. Train with a spotter. Oh, report a $0.5 size hail 2 miles west of Cameron. So somebody actually did visualize that. But no, up in our area, not a whole lot of hail in this. Over here by Osage City, it's still 50-mile-per-hour gusts is what they're putting this special weather statement for. Not saying anything about radar, or not radar, anything about hail or anything in there. We are under tornado watch. I believe it's till 10. Let's see if it's still till 10. 3 hours, 19 minutes. Yeah, it's till 10 o'clock. And I don't see that getting extended further east. We'll be losing a lot of the daytime heating by that time. And they just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning, so we may end up staying on, guys. This is moving east at 45. So I may take a little break here, go get a little bite to eat, and then come back, and we may be on for the duration of this. So severe thunderstorm warning for Franklin, Jefferson, Shawnee County, Douglas County, northeastern Osage County. And this is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Still no hail in this, but you can still get some damage off that. So, and that's moving east. We do have some more cells that are starting to pop up outside or out in front of the line, and these are the ones that we would start worrying about any kind of hail or tornado threat if they're able to mature quick enough. But I think they're going to get sucked into the main line before they can get to that. So I'm going to take a little break. I will be back in probably 5-10 minutes, and we'll probably be here for the duration. We'll see how things progress. All right, guys, I'm back at the computer right now. I'm eating a bowl of cereal, so I'm sure you don't want to listen to me chow down on that. But I am watching the chat. I am watching Radar. Feel free to put any questions in there. Then when I get done with my bite of cereal, then I will answer them. But until then, I'm gonna have the audio off until I get somebody chatting in there. All right, so looking at this, on the left is the regular radar image that you would typically see. On the right, I'm looking at velocities, and this is up in the storm a little bit. It's not right at ground level, but you can see here in these we're getting readings close to 70, between 60. Yeah, they're right there, close to 70. That's going to be right around Clinton. I'm going to guess I think that Clinton Lake's over there, I believe. But anyway, west to southwest of Lawrence, Kansas, southeast of Topeka, and these are moving. Oh, just yeah. So you can see this is starting to strengthen down here as this continues moving east. And we get later in the evening here. These are starting to intensify all the way down this line. There was a 73 in there, right there. 73. That's going to be west of Clinton, over in Kansas. Not seeing what I would be worried about any kind of rotation right now. But these cells right down here, if you're looking on the left, the ones out in front of the main line are the ones we would be concerned about having their own updraft and producing any kind of hail or tornado threat. Elevated tornado threat, not really a big tornado threat for this area tonight. It is there, but it's still pretty small. And we're still looking at potentially 3 to 4 hours until it really gets into Missouri side into Cass County over towards Henry County area, Johnson County, Bates County. So we've still got a while. This is going to be a long night. So it's kind of one of our other guys, Jim, says, come and go kind of thing. Watch now, wait an hour, come back, or whenever you want. So we'll be here. The stream will be live at least. Whether we're actually talking or on camera right then is a different story. But we will at least be here watching this. And like I've been saying, any questions or any concerns, and just put them in chat. That's going to be the best way to get things answered. So private messaging us on Facebook, it's kind of just adds one more thing we'd have to watch. So putting it in chat in here is the best way to get any kind of questions answered. The special weather statement they issued a couple minutes ago is still basically for the same thing that the one just to the north was. That is now a severe thunderstorm warning. And both of these are going to be. Oh, this has got 3/4 inch hail in it now. What they're saying, but still the hazard 60-mile-per-hour wind. So get this one's doing down here by Cass County. That's actually showing some lightning on that one just entering Cass County over by Drexel. That one's starting to come into our west-facing camera out in Dayton. And I take that back. It wasn't lightning. It is bugs flying in front of the camera. So for anybody in here that wasn't here about 30 minutes or so ago and we were talking about it, tonight's biggest threat for the entire line, all the way from basically Iowa down to Oklahoma, is basically it's going to be a wind threat. As this line moves east, it's starting to ramp up. It's getting into a low level jet, kind of getting on the warmer air, the more moist air kind of deal that it needs. So it's going to turn into one solid line, or your QLCS, quasi linear convective system. But okay, I thought that changed colors for a second. So it's going to move east. The tornado threat is there, but in this type of scenario, it's with these setups, it's not a very high tornado threat. Not saying it won't happen. There are little spin up tornadoes, but the threat of it is pretty low tonight. Got a severe thunderstorm warning south down by Howard, heading over to Fredonia, just south of Eureka, Kansas there. I'll click on that in a second. I'm still trying to finish my bowl of cereal, what I'm having for dinner tonight. It's not saying any kind of rotation or anything in this line out here. This is going to continue strengthening for a little while yet. And about the time it gets into Missouri, I believe it's about when it's going to start kind of weakening a little bit. But there's a lot of warm, moist air out in front of this, and a pretty stout cold front that's going to be pushing through, and that's the boundary that these storms are firing on. So I think if I remember right, tomorrow's only supposed to be like in the low to mid 60s. I haven't really paid attention to tomorrow very much. We're still a few hours away from it getting into like state line area. All right, got the camera back on now that I'm done eating a bowl of cereal. Got the puppy over here finishing up the milk that's left in there. Does anybody have any questions or anything in here? I'm trying to look at some storm reports and stuff out in Kansas. See if there's anything that I can pass on. Everybody out in Kansas that's been through this line or currently in this line from all the groups that I'm in, it's they're just experiencing some heavy rain and strong winds. And then once it passes, they said it gets pretty chilly. Hey, you want up here? Full on milk now? Alrighty. Take a look at these wind speeds again here when we. These aren't necessarily reaching the ground. This is going to be up in the storm a little ways. It's still getting reading 65 plus. There's a 70 in there somewhere. Yeah, 72 by Centropolis. And that's what's going to be initiating these severe thunderstorm warnings is just the wind. Yeah, we'd rather be out in the out in the field and be able to get some footage of these storms. For really, we enjoy seeing it, but we know other people enjoy seeing it too. But it was one we couldn't get things together and enough people to go. We like to try to do at least two people, so one can watch, one can focus on driving, the other one can navigate and watch where the storms are. We just couldn't get that going tonight. And two, it's at night. We try not to put ourselves in too much of danger. So especially at night, we really want to have two people. There's a cell out here in western Cass County. It's going to be between Drexel and Freeman. These are just rain producers right now, but they are a ways off the line. So this area right here is where, if there was going to be a tornado threat of any kind of significant thing, which shouldn't be anyway, that would be kind of where we would look. And I only bring that up just for the fact that when we talk about storms off the main line, this right here where we're circling in blue, that's where those are the storms that we're talking about. Those will have their own updrafts. They'll be able to really get that in intensity. Just because I can't think of a better word there. But then they can start rotating and producing any kind of tornadic activity there. It's difficult for them to do it when they're in this quasi linear because they all it's on one big updraft. It's really not the best way to put that, but kind of makes sense. Check and see if these are going to be showing any hail in them yet. Still no hail in these. And really the one just south of Freeman is the most mature one right now. That's not showing any hail in it. It hasn't updated its radar image on the right side. And then not much in the way of a wind profile in there. This would be the area that kind of watch just to see. I really don't expect any kind of tornado threat. See what other people are saying here. All right. It's kind of weird to be back on here. It's been what a few months since we've been on here. At least to do any kind of length stream here. We tried a couple times back over the summer, but it just signal was not. We couldn't get a solid data stream going. We just had to post pictures and stuff like that later on. We're working on trying to get that figured out before spring hits again. You want to come up here, but you don't like sitting up here. I don't like sitting up here. You'll just walk around me for a couple hours while I'm sitting. Huh? So, I don't know. Why you look so scared? Are you cold? You drank all that milk? You're probably not supposed to have it, but I gave it to you anyway. Trying to get a better timing on this as it moves across here. Yeah, even though we're still looking around 10 o'clock ish, between 9 and 10, for it to kind of get over into the Kansas Missouri state line area for this leading edge, and then about 10 to 11 for it to get over towards Henry County area. And I use Henry County because I'm in Henry County, but it's gonna be about the same north and south. Get that burp. There, SPC is still talking about damaging winds, and a slight chance for like weak tornadoes within this line as this moves into western Missouri. And outside of the storm, I'm sure you guys have seen that there is a lot of rain coming for this area. We get some of it tonight and then some over the weekend. I haven't looked at the timing of the ones later on, but last time I looked at the rainfall potential between now and I think it was the 6th of November. It's crazy to think it's November. We're having severe weather. Or it's already November, practically. But I can see what it's saying for the. Yeah, we're still looking about 8 inches towards Clinton and about 4 inches up in Harrisonville and 7 down by Springfield between now and. Actually, I take that back. 8 inches by Springfield between now and the 8th. Alrighty. Kind of give you guys a little. I'm gonna look at temps behind this line of storms. When I clicked on, it wasn't working. So over by Junction City, Kansas, it's 51 degrees right now. And in Garden City, it's 78. That's the difference in temps we're going to see after this line pushes through. So here by Lynn Valley, this is another one that I'm going to keep an eye on. It is ahead of the storm, and if that's able to continue to mature, those two out there, I'm kind of curious on what they're gonna end up doing. The whole line itself is still out in eastern Kansas. That's the ones that are out in front that would pose the biggest threat for anything. They're not showing much in the way of hail either, and they didn't have anything on velocity. Let's see how tall they are. Where did it go? Go tops. Yeah, they're still building. I just realized how terrible that text is at the top. Actually going to turn that off for now. There. Kind of get caught up here. Severe thunderstorm warning. We're over by Baldwin City for whatever county that is. Oh, hold on. It's probably, it looks like they're going to probably expire that one. Douglas County. They haven't extended it on. That was just for wind threat. Yeah, for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. After this comes through and we get some rain, we could get some post some reports and stuff on our page or send it to us of just how much rain you got if you have any kind of gauge or anything. I've got one at home, so I'll post that. Yeah, he's not seeing anything. There's one of the storm chasers down here. I'm not really supposed to show that live, but a little quick deal wouldn't be too bad. But you can also go to his YouTube. I don't know if he's on Facebook or not, but he's on YouTube. Okay, now there is lightning for sure on the Dayton cameras. It's bigger than a bug this time. And if anybody's watching that hasn't already done it, if you could like and share our page, so we can start growing this a little bit more and get more people involved in this. One, basically just to get the information across when things happen. We'll still post stuff during the winter and stuff like that, but there we go. I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh well, we'll still post stuff in the winter, and then hopefully we can continue building and things like that. And then when spring comes around, hopefully we'll be on the road a little bit more than sitting at the computer desk. I'd rather be out driving and watching this. I just love watching storms. Watch the storm structure, watch them grow. It was one of the best chases we had was up in Iowa last year. We got up there and it was basically clear blue sky, and we got I can't remember where we were, but it was on the southern edge of Iowa. And one of the guys that we took with us, he just didn't trust that there was anything going to happen, and then we got to watch the whole thing from just blue sky, and just watched everything, the whole line just fill in. It was a fantastic lightning show. I believe we have footage of that on our page. If not, I will check and make sure that that's on there because it was fantastic. Nothing tornadic, but it was still just a beautiful storm to watch. And who in here has already started listening to Christmas music? I'd raise my hand because I have. Been seeing some pictures and some video of snow out west. I can't wait for it. right, guys, I'm gonna mute and take. Actually, I'm just gonna mute for a little bit. There you go, buddy. Alrighty. So it doesn't look like these cells out here in Miami County, over in Kansas, on the very eastern side of Kansas and western side of Missouri, are going to mature to produce anything substantial. We'll get some rain, some really beneficial rain out of those, and then the main line will come through later and give even more. But we're looking at, I think, roughly about an inch of rain to overnight tonight. I may have to step away for a few minutes. Maybe more than just a few minutes. We'll still have the radar up and things like that, but be real delayed on getting to anything. So, Tom, as far as tornadoes overnight tonight, it's very, very low. The system is starting to form into a QLCS, and when that basically just a solid line of storms, when that um when that happens, the tornado that really goes down. What we'd be worried about is, and I'll draw a little, is these cells that are out in front of the main line. Those are the ones that, if they're able to get into some clean air, so they're unimpeded for updrafts and stuff like that, that's when we would start worrying. But right now, it doesn't appear that any of those are able to get that to get going with that. So the tornado threat is low tonight. I believe you're over towards Holden area. So, but the you're just outside of tornado watch, but only by a couple miles. So, take that for what that's worth. Just because you're not in the box doesn't mean you're not in it. Doesn't mean you are in it, kind of deal, you know. But you're close. So for the whole line, it's the biggest threat is uh strong to severe winds and maybe some hail in there somewhere. Very it's kind of a low end hail threat too, just because the type of system that's coming in. But right where it's circled in blue, that area right there is ones that I would want to have to worry about, kind of deal. Um, Elizabeth, it looks to be right around 9 o'clock. Uh, for Cass County area. So probably Creighton area since you're on the east side of Cass County. Probably somewhere between nine and 10 is what it's looking like. Warsaw is going to be the same thing, Brenda, as far as risks. It's going to be wind basically, and by the time it gets over to Warsaw, it's probably going to be a little weaker than it is here, just because we're gonna, or I say here, just from what it is now, um, just because we're losing the heat of the day. But so for Warsaw, it's going to be more of a wind threat and not so much a hail or tornado. Obviously, can't rule it out completely, but it's small. I mean, kind of a little distracted here. I may have to actually leave the house for a little bit. We'll still have the radar going, so you guys can watch that. But I may have to leave. There's a call, a 911 call in the area, not weather related, but I may have to go help assist with that. So just letting you know, if I do disappear, I may be gone for an extended amount of time. But the radar will be up, so you can come in here. You can also post in the chat, and I'm gonna try to get hold of one of the other guys and see if he can answer, kind of monitor that and answer any questions. He may not be able to, but we'll do the best we can, and I'll try to make it back before this line hits state line. So, and obviously, if there's anybody else in chat, you guys can chat amongst yourselves about this too. So, because somebody else may know more than me, because this is just a hobby. This is not a professional at this by no means. Still learning. All right, guys, I am back. Kayla, hello. Sorry, I was gone. Had to go help take care of something real quick, but we are back now. I'm gonna get caught up here and everything. Alrighty, guys, I am back again. I had to also take a little bit of time there to go ahead and go get some snacks for tonight. Because just a bowl of cereal did not cut my appetite. I'm still hungry. So as I was coming back though, started getting a little bit of rain. Not really showing on radar, but just a little bitty thing right there. Had a little bit of raindrops on me. Get caught up here. Look, we got a severe thunderstorm warning out in Kansas over by Wilson, Neosho, Eastern Woodson, and Allen counties. Moving east at 40 for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and nickel-size hail. So we got a little hail out there. I wonder if this one's the same thing. Yes, it's going to be the same one. Alrighty, so this one's starting to get over into the Missouri side of state line here. So warning for Wyandotte, Miami, Johnson County, Kansas, northwestern Cass County, central Clay County, Ray County, Platte County, Jackson County, that area. This one's all going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-size hail. If you guys can hear me chewing, please let me know, because I can't stand it when people do that, so I'm trying not to get too close to the mic. You got to have snacks. Just let me know, and I'll scoot back a little bit more. Okay, so there's warnings for down here in Kansas by Yates Center, Buffalo. You can see the hail core. If you look on the right side of the screen, that's going to be the hail core just southeast of Yates City, Kansas. That's going to be where the biggest hail is in that cell. Let's check back here for the winds in that area. Oh, which one was it? Yeah, we're still looking at 60, 70 mile per hour wind gust, almost 80, and oh, there's an 81 just to the northeast of Yates Center. And all this is going to be moving up towards state line, towards looks like that one may hit like Bates County, Cass County area by the time it makes it over into the Missouri side. Kayla, not sure if you're still here, but sorry for the long delay and responding back to your chat on there. I was actually out helping the fire department out here, where I'm from, with a call that wasn't weather related. Ended up getting over quicker than we thought it would. So to come back after stopping on my way home and getting a little bit of snacks here, but we'll get caught up. If you're still in here, feel free to put any questions in chat or anything. That's the best way for me to see it and get a response to you. I can only see 3 chats at a time though. So if 6 people post, I only see the last 3. I can see the rest of them on another screen, but I got to flip-flop back and forth. Selena, if you're still in here, I just now seen your comment. Love this. We do too. We're glad you're here. Even if you're not here now, because that's been a while ago. That was, what, an hour and a half ago? Alrighty, guys. It looks like that line that's ahead of the main line just isn't quite getting its act together to produce anything besides some rainfall. But we're still looking roughly about 9-10 o'clock for it to hit state line area into the east. Check down towards Oklahoma just to see. So down in this area in Oklahoma, the very like southern tier counties and Kansas looks to have the highest potential for tornadic stuff. There's still that opportunity for this area, but it's pretty low up here. Misty, for Harrisonville area, it's gonna be the same as everybody else. It's been a while since I've said it, so I'll go and say it again. Oh, as this line pushes east, it's going to stay as a line. So the biggest threat is going to be strong winds, and these, if it starts to bow out in any areas, that's where you're going to look for the strongest wind. Can't really tell for sure where that's going to be until it really starts to bow out. You can kind of argue that it's kind of doing that right in this area here. And that's what it kind of appears so. But for Harrisonville and pretty much everyone, it's the wind threat is the biggest deal. Hill threat, it's there, not very high, just because of the type of system it is. The same thing with tornadoes. This line should be packing a punch by the as it goes across state line into Missouri, but tornadoes probably not. It's very low. If there is something, it's going to be one of those spin up, doesn't last very long, not very strong. And with the way the wind's been lately, you're not going to know if it was a tornado or just the straight line winds that we've been getting out of the south for the last 3 days. And it looks to be around Harrisonville. The main line looks to hit Harrisonville between 9 and 10. It looks like there's a leading line that's not part of the main line, and all this could start to fill in too. And if that does, then the severe threat's going to continue going down after you get past the leading edge. So you can see that severe warning that was issued for northwestern Cass County does include Peculiar and Belton area, kind of over to just south of Greenwood. No, it's not Cass County, but it's close. And the only tornado warning we've had in our area was up by Atchison, and that was about 3 hours ago. And I haven't seen any confirmations that it actually produced a tornado, just radar indicated. Misty, I hope I answered your question in the longest form possible, and you just said thank you. As I was saying that, if that changes, and if you need to ask later on, feel free to ask again later on. But right now, that's what it appears to be. We're gonna be on here for quite a while, probably until this gets past Henry County, and then we'll probably, if nothing is significant when it gets in past Henry County, then we'll probably gonna call it a night. I think it's going to weaken below any kind of tornado threat by the time it gets over into Benton County area. Try to look at the temps over in Lawrence since it just came through there. 74 in. Okay, so it's 63 in Lawrence, and over in Garden City, 74. All right, so severe thunderstorm warning for Bates County and the rest of the western. Yeah. Okay. So this severe thunderstorm warning is for the western side of Cass County and basically the western side of Bates County. You can see it's not quite all the way to Butler, but it is moving east to kind of northeast, so we're going to go ahead and include that area. But technically the warning is not for them. And it's going to be for 60 mile per hour winds. I'll let you guys read that too. It goes to about 8:45. Gotta shut that weather radio off. Ready. Yes, Misty, 60 mile per hour. technically the warning is just to the west of Butler, but only by a few miles. I don't know if you can see it on there, but where my cursor is the line, but it's only by a few miles west of Butler. But yeah, 60-mile-per-hour winds for western side of Bates County, just to the west of Butler. We don't have a lot of lightning going. I'm going to switch over to our cameras on in Dayton. There's not a lot going on, but you can kind of see from time to time some lightning going over there. So looking at this and just actually let me transition back over. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So looking at the radar, what you're seeing on the cameras, if you've seen any lightning, was just this first cell that's just entering into Missouri side in Cass County and Bates County. The warning is going to be for the main line behind that. So you may get some rain, a little bit of wind with the first cells that come through, but it's the main line behind that is what's prompting the warning. And looking on here, you can see, I would say this is the bowing out part of this, and that's where you're going to find these strongest winds. And they're 60, seen some 70s. Actually, there was an 80 in there between Lane and Richmond, Kansas. And this is up in the storm a little bit. This isn't necessarily reaching the ground. This will give an idea of what could be. Yes, I also got Cheetos. So if you hear me crunching those, tell me about that too. I do try to mute when I'm eating, but sometimes I forget. Here we go. And another warning somewhere. All right, so not a warning, but they added some more counties to the tornado watch. So now Henry County, Johnson County, Pettis County, Saline County, Lafayette County, I believe. All of them were added, and also up by Marceline, Salisbury, whatever counties those are. I don't have a list, and I'm not smart enough to remember those. That is for tornado watch. I'm not sure if I said that. All right, I'm going to step away for just a couple minutes here. I'm going to leave this up. There's nothing right now besides some wind, and that's probably going to be the theme for the night is a wind event for pretty much this whole line of storms from like Iowa all the way down into Oklahoma. Closer to Oklahoma is going to be the higher tornado threat. For the rest of us, like I said, practically just a wind event, maybe some hail in there, and a very small chance of a spin up tornado in this. Saying that though, if we continue getting a line of storms or individual cells out in front where that blue line's at as that's moving east, those are the ones that have their own updrafts and can produce some decent sized hail and the higher tornado threat. I say higher, but it's still not that high. I'm going to step away for just a couple minutes here, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. All right. So we'll see. Late, 1 hour and 47 minutes. So still 10 o'clock for all the tornado watches for eastern Kansas, western Missouri are till 10 o'clock, and this runs basically from the first tier counties all the way up to Bates County, and then you get the second and third tier as you kind of go up into Iowa. And I'm kind of surprised they haven't allowed some of these to expire up here in northwest Missouri. Because basically after this main line comes through, any kind of severe weather threat drops way off, as it's a lot cooler behind this front. Was it like 15 degrees cooler between Lawrence, Kansas, and Garden City, Missouri? When I checked that earlier, it was like 78 and 63 or something like that, or 74 and 63. All right, severe warning up here for Blue Springs area, for Ray County, Lafayette County, northeastern Jackson, northeastern Johnson, for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. That may just be the theme for the night, which is kind of what we were what we were thinking the whole time coming into this was a lower end tornado threat, and basically a wind event. We kind of expecting a little stronger winds with this, but we will not complain with winds that don't do a whole lot of damage. And Livy, if you're watching, I'm waiting for the picture of you that you're going to send me of me eating. What did I do with my phone? I've lost my phone. Here we go. All right. All right. Anybody have any questions? Livy, I don't know when you sent that to me. That's been a while ago. Tornado warning in Iowa. Oh, yeah. Way up here in Oskaloosa. Tornado warning. In about 20 minutes. You can take a look at that. So it's probably one of these little spots right there. Let's see. May not go back far enough. This is up in Iowa right now. I'm not really seeing where the rotation would have been. It's gonna be one of these little nooks in here. It's not gonna be that one. It's probably I'd say it's gonna be right in. I think that first frame was right in here when it started. Okay. All right, let's go back down. Back down Kansas City area. Yeah, so looking out in Kansas on one of the weather channels that I'm part of out there, they're saying it's pretty significant drop in temps after this comes through. So I'm not necessarily about all the. I think it's dropping into the 50s pretty quick after the cold front comes through. All right, take a look at these storms out here. Miami County and Lynn County. Still looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds, and I'll kind of let you see where those might be located at. So Paola, you're looking to get some. You're on the edge. And it's still showing roughly about 60, 55, 60. Right around Paola, go down towards Fontana. It's a little stronger down there, 65 up 70-ish. Move a little further south down the line here. So that's going to be the bulk of the strong winds is going to be right over Miami County and Lynn County right now. Persona, it's going to be for Chihawi area. It's going to be kind of the same as everyone else. Straight line winds, and what I was just pointing out on right over by Miami County and Lynn County, Kansas, that looks to be what could be heading towards that area too. So mainly a straight line, strong, severe wind, a threat for this area. The later we go into the night, the less tornado threat and the less hail threat with it. You're welcome, and if you need anything else, just pop right back in here. Ask the meat and potatoes. Ask the question, and I'll try to answer it as long as I'm not eating food. I seem to be stuffing myself during the stream, but that's what you get for being busy painting most of the day. Yeah, we'll definitely be here until this gets out of the area. And I say out of the area, kind of Benton County area is how late I'm look to be on here. Another couple hours, 3 hours maybe of being on here, and then I'll call it a night. Unless the stuff just weakens before then and it's way under severe limits, then we'll kind of play it by ear. If it picks up and it's really bad out, then we'll stay on even longer. But I'm gonna guess another couple hours. We'll be on here. So just come and go as you please, and that's with anybody. So any questions or concerns or anything like that, just put it in chat and we'll talk about it. I'm going to switch over to cameras and let that go for a couple minutes here. We got a little bit of lightning out there, not a whole lot. Over here, check stuff. We're kind of also bringing up the Boeing segment here, just to the north of there, right around Kansas City area, and a little bit south and east. SP's the Storm Prediction Center is also saying tornado risk may increase. It's not a guaranteed thing. Just want to throw that out there. There could be a slight, just very slight from low uptick and a risk. Definitely not guaranteed of anything happening. Just want to throw that out to you. One thing I'm reading over here while I had the cameras up. It's still the biggest risk for tornadoes is going to be southeast Kansas into basically north central northeast Oklahoma. the the main part of this line to be concerned about is going to be this Boeing segment here. That's still, and just how big that gets, but right in that area is going to show the high. There's going to be the highest level to see a spin up tornado or any kind of hail involved in that, which there shouldn't really be much in the way of either one of those tonight. Just that's the higher threat, higher area for that. It looks like majority of that's going to hit Cass County area. Oh, too far. Too far. Right now, it's a 6-degree difference between Harrisonville and Garden City. Basically, where that rain hasn't went through. It's warmer. All right, I'm gonna try to take a look and see about power outages. Right now, mainly all the power outages are going to be up towards Kansas City. There's not very much outside of the Kansas City area. So that's good. I think the temperature for highs tomorrow is going to be low 50s. Make for a chilly trick or treating tomorrow evening. Looks like in the 40s, upper 40s. Just looking at some other stuff while we're watching this come in. Nothing has really changed significantly. That's why I haven't been talking about the radar or anything right now. Just kind of looking at some other stuff because there's more rain coming in over the weekend and in the next week too. And just haven't had time to really look at much of that. But since we're sitting here, I figured this now's a good time. So up towards Belton, Peculiar area, you're gonna start feeling those winds here pretty quickly. I say quickly, but it's just a few miles from you. All right. There's still not a ton of lightning on our cameras, so I would put those up, but it's literally just looking at a bunch of lights and not so much lightning. Up here. if anybody is in this on the eastern side of Kansas, right at state line, if you could put in chat what you're experiencing, that way we all can know, and then we can. Oh, okay. So that way everybody can kind of get an idea of what to expect when this comes in. So if somebody in Lewisburg just had some heavy wind and rain, well, that part's kind of coming up towards Peculiar right now. So then they'll kind of know that could be what to expect, kind of deal. Here. Zoom out, take a look at this line here. It's all the way basically from Iowa all the way down to into Oklahoma. And I actually think it goes beyond Iowa too, but we just can't get up there with Pleasant Hill or Kansas City's radar site. We will stay close to down here. Kind of watch it move across, and just talk about any new warnings or anything like that, or if anything significantly changes in this, then that was earlier. All right, so they just expanded the severe thunderstorm warning for basically all of Cass County, majority of Bates County, northwest side of Henry County, and western side of Johnson County for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that's it. The new warning goes until 9:30. I don't think I said that earlier, but it's for Miami County in Kansas, Lynn County, Cass County in Missouri, northwestern Henry, Bates, southwestern Lafayette, southeastern Jackson, and western Johnson. These things are booking it too. They're moving east at 50 miles an hour. I can remember how to do this. We'll try to do this. That's not it. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Here. Go down here and do. Try to get a timing on this. I gotta take a phone call. You can kind of see some times up here on the top left of when you're looking to be in your area. That they're pushing out on his phone so that he wanted to call and see what that area looked like. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna stop that on the last image, and then I don't use this feature very often, but take this, go straight across. Let's go roll over. You can do this. You can get timing of everything, which is going to be kind of off a little bit because there's a line here, which it's kind of a good thing that line's there because it's keeping this from really blossoming. But if it absorbs it, then have to kind of worry about there. So that's how I feel about it. But when you look at the stuff, it all says east. Every bit says east. That's not what it looks like. No,
it's moving northeast.
I think so. The line itself is moving east. The storm motion is moving northeast.
Oh.
That's
okay.
yeah, that's where that comes from. Okay. So this line is the whole thing itself is moving east, but the storms are going like this. So we will get this line, but it's going to be this area down here, not necessarily this area up here for what this is. Yeah. It's a weird way to look at it, but that's how they do it. And so if we put this, so kind of read out some of these times. Garden City area, 13 minutes. That's weird. Dayton is at 14, and they're basically yeah. Creighton 21, Urick 26, Blairstown 28, Chilhowie 35, Old Chilhowie. Chrisana, if you're still in here, can you explain to me between Chilhowie and Old Chilhowie? I've never heard that. But either way, 35 minutes. Or somebody explain to me, because it's my knowledge, Chilhowie's not that big.
Well, there's a Urick and an Old.
I live in Urick, and I didn't even know that. I know it was Post Oak.
So Urick was.
But okay.
Urick was. But
It's hitting now. Winds are crazy. Yeah, they're probably close to 60-mile-per-hour winds up there. I'm assuming some pretty torrential rain up there. I don't know if I can get into MoDOT cameras or not. Used to be able to look it up online and get into it, but they got hacked there a while back, and they took all their cameras offline. Rain is sideways. Yeah, that's some pretty strong wind when you start getting that sideways rain like that. It may be the closest. No, wait, that's. Anyway, I used to be able to get into these. So.
rain came up from the ground.
Yes, it came up from
We were just talking about Forrest Gump earlier.
Uh-huh. That was a good time too. Misty, are you out driving, or are you sitting at home watching this? Is it right? The leading edge is there. It's actually probably a little bit past you because of the delay and data coming through. But what I was going to do is, so if you go kind of a northeast motion here, that's good. That's good. You definitely don't want to be on the road when it's raining like that. I would not do it. And that's part of the reason why we try not to chase at night, and basically won't when it's dark, when we only have one person. It's hard to navigate, run from these fast-moving storms. When you just have one person on a road you don't know, and we've gotten in trouble a couple times. Yeah, now you can see the times on that. There, we'll put it in motion. I know he's been digging at the bottom of that chair, wanting me to pick him up. I was petting him, and then as soon as I stopped, yeah, hey buddy. Shouldn't really have any hail up there either, Misty, but if you do, let us know on that. If anything, it'd be just little peas. Take a look at the last. Actually, down here by Archie, just south of Archie, and west of Garden City, both of those have a little bit of a hail core to it. That's not what I wanted to do. I could use the software more so I know exactly where I'm clicking, huh?
We haven't had to use it for a while.
Man, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
So they were talking about on SPC, they actually had it. Good deal. It doesn't look like it up there. Like we were just showing, just west of Garden City and south of Archie. About the only two hail cores. Even up here by just by Lake Winnebago, maybe some small pea size hail up there. This could be pea to nickel down here. But what they were talking about earlier was like this area through here. And this was about 30 minutes ago. They were saying, and I don't know if they thought this was going to move up into that area or what, but they're talking about that having the increase in tornado potential. But for me, I only seen it down where it's at now, which is down here, and still I don't really see a significant tornado threat there. But that's where the highest level would be right now if there was a higher level. But there's really not a high level anywhere. Just so. It's probably, yeah, it's probably a good thing they did. Yeah.
We could have had it.
The game's tied. I think it's, yeah, I think the game just got tied. I just got a notification on it. Talking about the World Series. I'm going to switch to looking at the Springfield radar site just because we're getting basically right on top of Pleasant Hills up here, so it kind of gets a little skewed because they can't look kind of straight up. But trying to see about the Boeing line here. So you can also see some of the hail cores out of Spring. This is going to look way up into the storm. This just gives us another view of it and kind of what it's looking like from down there. Okay. Sounds like got power pole or power line down somewhere over in Cass County. Did they hit a grand slam? Okay. So the notification I got was Yankees defensive blunder. So something happened on there that allowed the game to be tied. Yeah. All right, looks like we have a total of 5 people watching right now. What I'm getting at is thank you to whoever's still in here. We had more earlier, but I guess as this moves past their area, then they probably go ahead and just kind of enjoy the rest of the night, which is what I would do too. And once this passes and we're done with this, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my night. But until then, I'm enjoying being right here with you all, whoever's still here. As I enjoy this more than really I think most people would. It does make me want to get out and go drive around in it though. If it was daylight. Daylight, we'd be out. I'm gonna transition over to our cameras again since it's getting kind of closer to into Cass County area. There's some lightning out there. It's really not intense at all. It just kind of here and there. Nothing really consistent, but it is out there. I'll let this go for a little bit here. and we're not missing much on radar. Actually, I could do this. I'm going to kind of mess around with some stuff here. See. Yeah, I think that's how I had it before. Okay, here we go. There. That's a little better. Kind of gives it a little something different to watch besides the same images of the radar over and over again. These things are booking it though. They're moving 50. Missy says no more sideways rain, but still coming down pretty good though. It's good. It means that the wind moved away from you, so move past. Hopefully there wasn't much damage. All I've heard, we got my scanners going and stuff like that too to kind of get any kind of reports on there. And I've only heard one power line down, and I didn't hear where it was, but it's somewhere in Cass County. So it doesn't appear that the wind threat that looked like it could have materialized into doesn't appear that it quite materialized into that. So I think the winds are a little lower than what it could have been, which is really helping keeping that wind damage down. But still 60 plus is pretty strong. I think the gust we're having the last 3 days are roughly 50-55 max. And then I think it was 50. It gets a different view. So the top left camera is out of Creighton. It's looking northwest, and then the one on the top right is just a camera we have out there. Doesn't really do weather, but I got to have it on there. But you can still see the shadows over here. That it's. Oh, hold on. You switch off that. I got to log back in. And you can see the rain hitting Dayton. Okay, here we go. You can see the rain hitting out in Dayton on the east camera. So that means the other ones are also getting rain. But what I was pointing out is this one's in Urich. It's at the water tower, hence the name. But it's still blowing pretty dang good out there. You can see the shadow right on that building. I'm assuming that's the power line that's creating that. I don't think there's anything else there. But then you can also see the water bucket thing, or I don't even know what you would call that. That's usually straight down, and it's blowing out. I can hear it. Full screen. I do have other cameras I can look and pull up here if I can get that logged in. I can't get those other cameras right now. Alrighty, well, you can see that east camera. I believe that's the one that has the night vision on there. So that's why you can see more of the rain on there. If we turned it on the other ones, that's all you would see. It gets so bright that it actually kind of looks like snow. Take a look at our other Creighton camera here, if it's on. Really not much different than the rest of them. All right, here we go. Okay, so look, make it radar here. It's still basically the same thing. We've got this line, and you can see it looked like it kind of broke up there, but that could have just been the look of when it was next to the radar site. But there is that bow that's hitting basically from, well, southern Cass County up into Johnson County line right there. That's where the strongest winds are going to be, is in that area. So Holden, Kingsville, Pittsville area, that's going to be where the strongest winds are going to be hitting. And you can kind of see it coming up right there on over by Kingsville on that last image. So 50, 51, 52 miles per hour wind gets there. Oh no. Go back. Okay, there we go. If you look on the right side, yeah, Misty. So you're gonna start getting some of the outflow from the storms. So when you have one of these QLCS systems like this, you have. I'm gonna draw a little picture here. Don't laugh. But you're going to have the inflow coming from this way into the storm. Well, that air rises, and when it gets so high, it's got to fall again. So you get all of this coming up, and these are the inflow winds, which was the initial that you had. It gives up, does its thing, and it has to come back down. So on the back side of the storm, they're still coming back out this way. So that'll be your outflow. It'll be cooler air than the inflow, because it goes way up and then comes back down as cooler air. So that's why and it'll just shift directions too. So hopefully that made sense. If not, let me know and I'll try to explain it again, but I'm not very good at that, but we'll give it a shot. Actually, got to check into a couple things. Right, I'm still here, so put any questions in the chat. I just got to check a couple things here, and that's not good. That is not good. Why is that? Awesome. Good deal. Good deal. I was hoping it would. I wasn't totally sure if I was doing that right, but it sounds like I did. Force cycle. Well, I don't know how long ago that's been, Misty, but we didn't really start doing a live stream like this until this past spring. Typically, what we do is we're out in the field, we're out in our vehicle. We've been doing that for roughly 5, 6, maybe 7 years now. We haven't always live streamed though. We just started that roughly 4 or 5 years ago. We did a couple of years of just going out, enjoying it, having fun, and kind of learning a little bit. And then we started live streaming just to basically pass the information along. We didn't really know of anybody in the area at the time that did that. And I say in the area for West Central Missouri, but we also travel and we'll go Oklahoma, over in Kansas, up Nebraska, Iowa, Eastern Missouri. We'll travel around. So if you see us live, we're not always in this area. It doesn't mean that there's something major going on in this area, weather wise, but we try to get the information out because most people just they need somebody to give information, and that can kind of calm a lot of people down just by having somebody there to kind of talk to get it because a lot of the local big outlets up in the city don't always cover down in this area. So we're very thankful that we've been given the opportunity to do this. We got with another guy. His name's Jim Sublet. You probably have heard of him. Subby's Weather Talk. He's got a lot of other things going on now. He's a pretty dang busy guy when it comes to weather, but he's passionate about it like we are. I think he's more passionate about it than we are. But we got with him. We kind of worked together on some stuff there, and we're just kind of helping each other out now. He does his own thing. We kind of do our own thing, but we we still talk. We'll probably end up having some stuff together. He's went with us on a chase early last spring down in Oklahoma. That didn't really materialize in anything, but it's still just being out there, seeing the storm structure and things like that, and him being able to kind of tell us some stuff about the storm and what it's doing when we can actually see it from the ground right there. So it's been great, and then also having some support from anybody on here. We take donations and stuff like that, and all that does is help us fund some of our travel expenses because it gets expensive. We tend not to we'll stay in hotels even after a long day. We'll leave early in the morning and not get done chasing until nighttime. So we're pretty worn out, but we tend to drive back just so we don't have to waste money on hotels. So majority of it is travel expenses, and if we get enough here and there, we try to upgrade our camera network and our streaming gear to provide a better, more quality stream. But either way, poor stream, good quality, as long as the information gets out, that's really what we want to do. So we don't necessarily like people's houses getting hit by tornadoes or anything like that, but we love seeing them. We love the weather. Love to see what Mother Nature can do because it's crazy. All right, we'll see if they're gonna extend this warning out any. Still looks like right around 60 when you get kind of up north of 50 highway. I almost called it I-50. That is not even right. 50 highway and Odessa area right in through there looks to be some of the strongest winds. I keep hitting the wrong button there. That one. And they extended that warning out for. So we lost a radio at the fire tower. Just need to be reprogrammed like every other time. But it's a matter of going up there and doing it. Yeah. we may be having a little bit of rain out there, but mainly it's just the wind right now. Misty, that would be awesome. Just any kind of way to spread it. That podcast is probably a good way to do that. A lot of people listen to those. A lot of them are calming. So that's, I mean, with all the craziness in the world, you get a good podcast that you like. It's calming, really, no matter what the topic is. But if you want to message us or put on here what your podcast is, we can definitely shout that out too. We don't mind helping in that way either. So a lot of it is get the information out. You know, give some people know about it and they enjoy it. That's really what it's about. I mean, we do appreciate you spreading the word there. So basically, we just trying to keep people calm, and a lot of the stuff isn't necessarily to be scared about. It's just be prepared. That's really all it is. Have a plan in case something happens, and then you're good to go. Granted, being a tornado is probably not fun, but as long as you're prepared, it's not as scary. I say that, but I've never actually been in the middle of one. Seen one from a distance at night. Okay, so that warning was extended for northern side of Henry County, all of Johnson County into Pettis County, and then up into Saline County and Lafayette County. And that it's going to be for the same thing that it's been for the last couple times that warning's been issued. 60 mile per hour wind gust. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. And moving at 40 miles per hour to the east. I have to go up. All right, so a little power outage over by Holden towards Warrensburg area. It kind of goes through Centerview, just south of Kingsville, over through Holden, Centerview, into Warrensburg. About 232 customers are affected. Not a very big area, and it's not really a ton of customers either. But it's still a power outage over there in Johnson County, and they're probably going to be delayed getting that fixed until this moves out of their area, at least the lightning and the rain. Is like looking at this. So up in Peculiar right now, it's 62 degrees. In Clinton, it's 75. So 13-degree difference on different sides of this line of storms. I have to invest in a better chair if I'm going to do this next spring. Hopefully, we'll be out in the car though, out on the road, being able to get some footage and some video of these as they move in. So Misty, for Harrisonville area, since you're behind the main line, your severe threat is pretty much gone. They're gonna be on the cool side of the storm on the outflow. So still looks like some rain, but as far as severe weather, it's pretty much over as soon as that the main line passes you. And really, it's the leading edge of that line. Still have some strong winds on the outflow on the backside, but tornadic stuff is kind of what I'm getting at. Okay, go. Does anybody have any questions or anything while we're in here? Just watch this move across the state from west to east. Be about the same thing for the warning down here in Bates County. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts moving east of 50. Looks like there's a warning on this basically all the way down the Oklahoma area and even down into there. You're welcome. You also stay safe. If you need anything else, I don't know if you're staying on here or not, but if you need anything, just let us know. I'm going to transition over to the Uric camera real quick because this looks like snow to me. It's definitely not, but that's what it looks. That's what it looks like. It looks like bigger snowflakes. It's leaves off the trees that are right next to the tower. Yes, Misty, we'll definitely stay safe. So we're staying indoors tonight, but also in future endeavors, we will stay safe when we're out on these storms. It is pouring in Creighton right now. Not raining in Urick yet. Pouring in Creighton. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. It's not a high quality camera, but right above the gas station there in Creighton. It's those rain bands. You got that in Creighton, then you got this. What looks to be, it's leaves, but it looks like snow in Urick. Right, now I can hear the rain starting to hit my window. Caitlin, that would explain why we have an internet outage up there, actually. However, yours is still working. I know that sounds weird to a lot of people on here that may be watching, but Caitlin understands. So I will actually be heading up there here once we get done with streaming this severe weather event to fix a radio that's on the tower up there. It's actually the one you used to run off of, but we switched it to a different one. But that would explain why it's out. So thanks for putting. I mean, I figured it had to do with weather, but hearing that, really, I bet it is. I just put up the cameras here at the house. Can't see anything on that one. Actually, you can't hardly see anything on this monitor. But, oh, she lives right down the road. And she just said it's getting in Garden City. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah. Yep. So you, like I was pointing out to one of the Misty. I don't know if you're in here earlier, Caitlin. I was talking to Misty. She had some sideways rain when it first started. Then it wasn't sideways anymore, and then she had some more. So what that is you get inflow. That's the initial, and then you have the rain coming down. So it kind of stops there, and then you have the outflow on the back side of the storm. So you might get that. It may kind of almost be getting there. So, but yeah. So I'm assuming you're talking about the radio deal up there. Yeah. So we actually did that just a few months ago. We had to put another radio up on that tower, and yours could see the new radio. So we moved you to that one, and now the one that used to run off of is not working. So I'm gonna have to go fix that. But I'm gonna try to wait for some of this rain to move out, and then go up there and probably have a late night up there. It's all part of the job though. Because it's not letting me log into it from here. Okay, so what used to be snow, leaves, is now full blown rain in Urick. Love good thing I got this house painted when I did. It is flat coming down out there, guys. All right, I'm gonna switch back over to radar real quick. Stop that on that image. just some heavy rain in this. Not really any hail out there. Maybe down south of Rich Hill, get a little small stuff. That's about it for that. Caitlin, you are welcome. I'm glad it's working. That's what we try to do at least. At least. Yeah, we really don't have too many issues. We did there for a little bit after like in the spring there when we had storm after storm after storm. It kept hitting our equipment, and we just had to wait for replacements to come in. So yeah, there for a little while we had some issues with keeping internet service going, but we finally got the part in and got that fixed, and then we haven't had any issues with it until now. Then it's a whole different kind of outage this time, but it's literally just one radio, but it serves a lot of people. Levy, I hope it does. It better be dry. So I just painted the trim on one window yesterday, and I'm hoping with the way it was, the wind was blowing the last couple days, that it actually dried out. I know it dried because it was actually starting to dry on the brush and the little paint pail thing that I was using yesterday. So I had to actually stop because it was drying the paint so fast. But if you feel like coming up and paint some trim for me, come up. That's not fun. All right, so kind of back to weather. We got a little sidetracked there with a little nonsense, but I mean, there's not really a ton to talk about. They did extend the severe thunderstorm watch, not a tornado watch, a severe thunderstorm watch that was already in place up north. It's basically eastern, central, all the way from Arkansas up to Iowa, Missouri. There's really just St. Louis area and the very southeastern part of state of Missouri that's not in the severe thunderstorm watch. That's just an excuse, Levy. You can take phone calls. You have a cell phone. It's only seen that one outage over there towards in Johnson County, and it's only affecting 147 people now. So they fixed something pretty quick. Hate to be out there in this. The Caitlin, Fort Garden City area. If you're still on here, the severe threat is basically over. Actually, it is over. I'll go ahead and say it's done. For Creighton area, I would pretty much say, I mean, you got a little bit here, but as far as any kind of tornado threat, I don't even. It's been a long day. Anyway, that's basically over too. Get an automated machine levy. Make them think you're helping them. Nah, I'd hate to do that. That's not fun. Anyway, guys, I'll probably stay on till about 9:40. Give this another 5-10 minutes here of being on, and then I'm gonna have to call it quits and head out to fix some stuff. But I will still keep watching the radar and and all of that on my phone. And if I have to go live again, I can go live on using my phone. It won't be as good of a quality of stream, but it would at least get the information out. So, but I don't see this progressing east and still remaining significantly severe or anything like that after it gets past like Pettis County and Benton County area. It could, but it's kind of gonna start losing a little bit of steam as it moves. Yeah, Levy, I hope you get some rain down there, man. I don't know. I'm assuming you're as dry down there as it's been up here, but yeah, I'll definitely be safe. I'm waiting for the heaviest rains to move out of the area, so I'm not driving on the highway on the way up there. And hopefully, it's just an easy fix. I can do it from the ground. If not, I'll have to wait for the guys tomorrow. I'm not climbing in this. So does anybody else have any questions about anything while I'm still here? Um, if not, we're just gonna kind of watch the radar. And I may even go make a cup of coffee or get coffee going so I can take it with me up there. Hopefully, it's not a long night. And it's not too cold yet. It's still in the 60s. 57 over by Lawrence. Jeez. 61 in Garden City still. I can handle that. Oh, man. Oh, it's score of the game. Linda, you're welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I never knew. I can see how many people are watching. I just can't tell who's here, but I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad I was able to be here to get you guys through it. There. Eat it. Patricia, no, we won't have any storms tomorrow. It'll just be a chillier day with highs probably the low 50s, and then maybe mid 50s. But then as far as like for trick or treating, it's going to be upper 40s, low 50s. So, and I don't think it's supposed to be very windy either. I think the winds drop off if I remember right. I'd have to look again, so don't count that, but I'm pretty sure the winds drop off. Bob, yes, the tornado watch has expired for Garden. Well, they haven't actually allowed it to expire, but as this is moving through, they are allowing them to expire. But I would say that the Cass County tornado watch is going to expire here pretty soon. So, and it's definitely not going to get extended past 10 o'clock. But the threat for severe weather for Garden City is over. The main line has already went through. You're on the backside. You're on all the outflow. That's sinking air, and it's cooler. So, as far as severe weather, you're good. Tightwad Tyler. That sounded like a weird name, but especially people that aren't from around here. So around Tightwad, right now there's no severe warning for that area. It is to the north, but you could still expect some strong winds. So 50, 60 mile per hour winds may not be quite severe limits, but it's still just really kind of getting into Henry County, or Clinton area, not just Henry County. So it still has some time to kind of go either direction. It could intensify a little bit, or it could weaken a little bit. So, but as far as tornadoes, very very low chance for it, and same thing with hail, very very low chance. So I would expect some heavy rain and some winds. Could be strong to severe kind of thing. So, and it looks like maybe within the hour, 30 minutes maybe. Holy moly, that scared me. Wow. Lightning strike outside the house. That actually made me jump. Holy moly. Oh, Jason, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm assuming, do you guys still live in the same spot you did a few years ago? I don't want to point out the exact location, but if you need anything over there, let me know, man. I'll come over and help. I'm gonna be heading that way anyway. I'm only staying on here for another couple minutes, and then I gotta head up, fix some internet for people. But if you need any help getting that taken care of, just send me a message. Yeah, that's never fun. That's had that same thing happen in our old house, and it sucks. I'm kind of surprised though that you have any of it with how dry the ground's been. I figured it would just really absorb, just soak up majority of this. Also, you're welcome for the attention to this. Good deal. I was pretty sure you guys are still over there. I drive through there every once in a while, and I was pretty sure I seen you guys still there. But things change, and I can't actually remember the last time I was through there. But yeah, if you do need anything, just reach out. So I don't think I have my pump anymore. I'll come up with one though. But alrighty, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of wrap this up. Kind of go over thing real quick. We've still got this one severe thunderstorm warning up here for northern Henry County into Johnson County and up into Saline County and I'm sure, yeah, that's Lafayette. Okay, and that's just for 60 mile per hour winds. And really, I feel like if there is any more warnings in this area, it's just going to be for the wind threat. The tornado threat is really, it's even lower now than it was an hour ago. So it didn't, the low level jet and stuff kind of help this thing get ramped up, but it's a line of storm, so there's not really the updrafts needed for tornadic any kind of rotation or anything like that in the cell. So, and same thing with hell. So, but so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the night. I'm gonna fix people's internet so they can have internet in the morning for when they work from home. But if anything else big does happen, I will come back on. I'll be on my phone, so you probably won't be able to see me very well, but I'll at least be able to talk and get some information out. I don't know if I would be able to share. I haven't done it in a while. Be able to share the radar screen. So it may literally just be my voice and a dark room behind me, but at least there'll be some information out. So, um, Chrisana, I'm sorry I'm getting off here right as it's hitting Chilhowie, but it's basically gonna be the heavy rain with some wind with it, and you'll probably get two rounds of wind. It'll be the inflow and then the outflow on the backside of the storm. So, but it's just wind, basically what we've been seeing the last 3 days at least. So, but alrighty, guys. Well, I do appreciate everyone that's been on here. Jason, you're welcome. Yeah, it's definitely been doing that, pulling away from foundations from a lot of big cracks in the ground. So, but alrighty, guys. Well, like I said, I do appreciate everybody being on here for this duration. I think we've been on here for 3.5 hours now, and I've been watching it since about 3 o'clock. So this chair is getting uncomfortable for me too. So I'm going to sit in another chair and drive to Garden City and fix some internet. But we will see you guys next time. We will probably be making some posts about the other rain events and stuff. I haven't really looked at severe weather for those rain events, but there could be some severe weather over the weekend and into next week. We'll just kind of see how the models trend on that. But once again, thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good night. And real quick, Prasanna, it doesn't look like there's any hail on that. I will pull it up real quick, and then I will call this a night. Let's look here, right around Chilhowie area. Nope. And actually, the only potential bit is already east of Chilhowie, heading towards the Leeton area. So, alrighty. Well, you guys have a good night, and we will see you guys next time.